All right, got a couple eBay packages here. Hopefully it should be for the Longtrack. I believe this one's the gas tank. We're gonna check it out. Hopefully it's right. I don't feel like buying another one. Sweet. Oh, they cheapoed me out and didn't give me the friggin' cap for it. That's cool. All right. Good. Oh, nice. This one's for a friggin' carburetor. So now, let's see if the good seat fits on it. Okay. This seat's very comfortable. It did not fit the other one, but hopefully fits this one just fine. That is going to be very, very comfortable. Sweet. This other package is a Gen 4 Summit seat. So it's going to be skinnier, and I got it for the gas tank that's currently on the Longtrack. I was hoping the Summit seat would kind of make the thing a little easier to maneuver. You can switch your legs from side to side better. Oh yeah. That is tiny compared to the other one. Discounted, a couple of rips in it. I'll see what this one looks like on the other gas tank. Pretty tiny. That there is the Summit seat and tank on the old girl. Let's see if I fit on it like that. Oh yeah. Definitely need the handlebars about it, so you can stand up. But I see the drop. Doesn't even touch your legs at all. Makes it super easy to step on. That's option one. This here is option two. That's the MXZ tank with the Blizzard seat. We'll see how comfortable that is. Oh. Wow. It does hit your legs. I have to have my legs bowed out to stand up. The other one I did not, but oh my gosh, that's a couch. I need to think about what I really want to build this thing for, and that'll tell me which seat setup I want. I have them set up side by side here so you can see the difference. Way, way thicker, way more cushion, much more comfortable, but because of how wide it is, it does make your legs bow out a little bit when you stand up. Not super comfortable. Standing, that is. Sitting, very comfortable. Sitting, not nearly anywhere close as comfortable. That feels like a bicycle seat. But you can stand up. It doesn't even touch your legs at all. Makes it super easy to step over. I definitely have a lot of thinking to do. But that is the comparison right there. The other thing here I'm seriously considering is that is a fuel line pickup, which will work with a old mechanical pump. This one's gonna need some real jerry rigging to make it work. So for the old sled, that one gets the vote right there. All right, been a couple days, done a little soul searching. I know which setup I'm going with. The comfy Blizzard seat and MXZ tank. This is what I'm going with. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I also wound up buying a little microphone here, so hopefully a little better audio quality of me breathing like a heifer. I'm going to get this thing into the center of the shop, put these nice little dollies under this, and get it rolling. Sometimes these work good, sometimes they don't. One day we'll have concrete in here, but for now, plywood works pretty good. Oh, my back. All right, it rolls. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That's fine. Sweet. Better than dragging it. All right, so my reasoning for this seat, two things. Super, super comfortable. And it is set up for a newer Skidoo with a carburetor. So it's got a nice fuel line there. The other one had a fuel pump. I would have had to modify it beyond what I felt like doing. So I'm going with this one for those reasons. Now, to prep it a little bit, I'm going to have to take all this plastic off, see if I can move this up. This handlebar needs to come up quite a bit, which is going to involve probably pulling the motor and swapping the steering, which I have plenty of 90s Polaris parts out back I'll be able to grab the steering post from. It's a pisser because I had this motor out, let's see, month ago, 2 months ago, for the Livingston's Vintage Ride in Hillsboro. That was a blast. We did it in a day. Ripped the old 440 out, put a 488 in. My dad helped me a ton. He was probably the reason that I actually got to do it. He messed with the carburetors until the thing actually worked. So it's a bummer that I didn't do all this with the motor out, but it is what it is. I had a blast with it, and it's time to make it a little bit better now. I already took the bolts out that were holding this in place. So now really all I have to do is take some wires off of it. Speedo's already undone. Choke cable. Yep, no big deal. I'll get you around this side so you can just see what I'm disconnecting here. All right, so let's just try and rip a couple of these non-essentials out of here. Like that. Take this choke. If you never take one off, you just flip it up and struggle like hell to get this plastic nut off. So you grab your Leatherman. There we go. Try not to crack it. Back that out of there. Drop the washer, never find it again. Nope, there it is. Now, so you don't lose this, put it back on. Trust me. These aren't easy to find anymore. And the Chinese ones suck. There you go. All right, we got a little shift light here, or the reverse light. Looks like those are just taped in there. Not very well either. All right, take that out. This, I think once upon a time, was for the hand warmers. And they don't work to my knowledge. I never felt them warm up. So I'm going to take that off too. Looks like it's hooked up to the voltage regulator. And what do we got? Probably the lights here for the Speedo. Oh, shift lever. Oh, that knob must unscrew. It does. All right. Drop that too. That's fine. What do we got? Nothing else. Nice. Just this whole handlebar in the way. Of course. Well, I don't really want to cut this plastic. But I also wasn't planning on pulling the steering out yet. Looks like I'm going to have to do one or the other. I'm just going to double check where this is going to wind up. Because the plastic would be nice to put back on in a way. But I do want this seat forwards quite a bit more. So if I have to cut it in half anyway, I know this doesn't look very good, but I think minus this being in the way. Cut that, make a spot for the filler neck. I think this is going to work pretty good, actually. I am going to cut the plastic, and I might not even have to raise the handlebars. Yeah. Well, my apologies to you, old girl. You're going to get cut up. All right. Smells very sweet. Yep, almost there. All right. Apologies if that was horribly loud. Hopefully I don't have to make another notch. Okay. She's out. I think a few chunks got into my beverage, and I drank them. Did not taste as sweet as it smelled. This is filthy. Gonna use some glass cleaner to clean it up. This stuff works on literally everything. Now would an air gun have been better first? Yes. Man, the poor crossmember is pretty rusty. Look, I have to let this penetrate for a little bit. Oh, you know what? I have some degreaser. Let me get that. Degreaser and glass cleaner? What could go wrong? Oh, yeah. Not looking to get it perfect, but better than it was is always nice. Doesn't look much different. Just gonna hit it with a steel brush quick. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Nice. All right, now that my mouth and eyeballs are full of probably mice poop, let's try this on. Too much stuff in the way. Well, they definitely need to go up. Take this out of the back here. What does this feel like? You know, is that full turn anyway? That's full turn. It doesn't touch. Sweet. All right, so 2 things I've noticed. The back of this is actually angled upwards so that stuff doesn't slide out of the back of it, which you can see the gap. That's unfortunate, but nothing I think a piece of plywood won't fix. Looking at it just a little bit more, I think I can just remove this center section, which looks like it would perfectly slide over that and keep the sides closed up so stuff doesn't get in there. Now I know what you're thinking. How redneck is this thing gonna be? Very. I'm gonna take this, stuff it under there, drill some holes and bolt it through, take the remainder, jam it under that bracket right there, put a screw through it. Hopefully it holds it flat. Oh. Oh, no. Just a shot here. All right, so if I bend those up a little bit, those should be able to clamp down, and I can probably just screw right through it. This is going to go somewhere here. A little more forwards. Now it's definitely going to need taller handlebars. Shoot. All right. I'm just going to wind up drilling through this meatier part here, because that's going to bend and probably break. But that right there, nice straight down, should work. Both sides. I'm just trying to drill right through. Just going to start off with a little pilot hole here and then probably drill everything else separately to the size that I want. 1. 2. That felt a little crooked. Good. All right, got my drill bit. Gonna go with some 3/8 bolts, some longer ones so they can go all the way up through. And I was gonna drill them all separately, but I think put a knee on it. It ought to go just like that. Put the keeper in there. Do the next one. Line the bolt back up. The hole. Hold her down. Oh yeah, that's crooked as ever. Gonna be perfect. Let's see if this is gonna work at all. I don't even know if I can get my hand up in here, but we'll try it. Yeah, there's probably gonna be a few of those. Put them down. Oh, let's see. Probably gonna have to lift the ass end up so I can fit my wrist up here. Yeah, because there's no chance of me getting my hand up past the track right there at all. All right, hold on. Get the snowmobile jack up here. If you mess with sleds and you don't have one of these, you ought to get one. I actually just had it up too high. I had to lower it here so I could get the thing to cam the way it's supposed to. There we go. Right up in the air. That was horrendous. Getting my arm up under there. I'm pretty sure the track tried to bite me. But that is the setup we got going there. A couple of spacers. Old nut to space out the shoulder. Down to a lock washer. It should be just fine. All right, that one's in now. Yes, if you were wondering, I did forget to drill holes for that and bolt the front one down. Hoping the pressure of that keeps it in there. Maybe it slides out, maybe it doesn't. I will find out next year probably. Just gonna cinch these down. All right, deep well, here we go. All right, so I didn't get a ton done, but this is for sure mounted fairly solid. It's time for dinner. I'm kind of tired. I'm ready to go inside, but that right there is a heck of a lot better. I think it's going to be pretty fun to take this thing out next season. Next time, probably rip the old motor out of there, freshen up the engine bay, do some needed maintenance, might do a steering swap, some other odds and ends, but I think for now, good to go. Thanks for watching.